let's just talk through exactly what happened yesterday, because it could have been a constitutional crisis. But in the end, some people are saying that democracy won out.
Yeah, one of the shortest martial laws, I think, in the history of the world there, with just a few hours. So the president had declared martial law, and this was a very unsurprising move. I mean, you could see that in the market reaction, also among politicians and policymakers. And very swiftly, you had policymakers gathering for that 190-0 vote to lift martial law, and very quickly developing. I mean, as you can see, these developments are happening by the minute. We just had the main opposition Democratic Party policymakers speaking, as well as the Bank of Korea calling this emergency meeting to discuss potential reaction. We heard from them that they will be, they promised market liquidity in case of any fluctuations there. And markets did recover somewhat, but as we just heard, currency is still the worst performing, and there's still some risk-off sentiment, because the next step here is, okay, then what happens? So we no longer have martial law in the country, but now we have the president whose role is at risk.
Yeah, I was reading a report put out by our Bloomberg intelligence team suggesting that anyway, even the run-up to this, you saw equity outflows. And you've got to think that a certain amount of risk premium is going to be priced into South Korean assets moving forward, both in equities and in the currency space. So how much lasting damage are the developments of the last 24 hours going to have on South Korean assets?
Yeah, it's a really good point. And not just in markets, but in the broader economy. Like, you had economists already revising down growth estimates for 2025, stepping down from this year's pace. And on top of that, you have incoming President-elect Donald Trump, and that injects a lot of uncertainty into the trade picture. South Korea, of course, relies very heavily on exports in the chip space, as well as a range of other products. So the outlook is looking a lot riskier, and in the next 48 hours, 24 to 48 hours, will really be crucial, because now the main opposition Democratic Party is calling for his resignation. They're calling this an illegal move, and that will be the next step. Once they, if they are able to remove him from his position, then who will naturally come and fit next as the president of South Korea? There's no natural fit being discussed at the moment. So there's still a lot of uncertainty, even though martial law is no longer the case.